You doing, Lulu? What are you doing? What are you doing? You fat little lazy dog. You're so fat. You're so fat. Yosh, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're just as lazy as she is. You silly dog. All right, doorbell rang. What we got? Oh. All right. What's up, Nala? What are you doing? Afraid of my big knife? I don't even know why I have this giant knife. That's heavy. What is in this box? All right. This is a special delivery from BMR, and this is awesome. This is awesome. Thank you so much, BMR. I don't know what's in here, but we're going to find out. You guys know that we just recently hit 20,000 subscribers. We're growing every day. Thank you so much. And it's unfortunate because we don't have the car outside. Yes, it's still wrecked and it's still in New Jersey. And we're going to talk about that today. But to kick things off, let's see what we got in these boxes. Unnecessarily huge knife. That's all right. What do we got? Oh! We got some springs. Finally, we have not lowered the car yet. This is great. Oh man, all right. These are definitely, let's see here. So they're countermount. So these are the Magneride Springs. These are the only ones that BMR really makes for the rear. And basically it's a GT350 rear spring. They're counterwound. Different than your non-Magneride cars, but all right, let's check out the other box. The other one's heavy. Should be able to open it. One hand. There we go. More springs. All right. So these are the fronts. Now what these guys are not for a GT350. Although they probably might fit. But these are the performance fronts. Performance fronts, and we have the GT350 rears basically, and we're not doing like a full drag spring on my car. I talked to Kelly a long time about it, and basically he wants to tailor my car this way, and I think that, yeah, there's a good reason behind it, but there's something else. Look at that. I got instructions. I don't need any of that. I know how to do it all. Stickers. I need stickers. And that's it. Now, there is more stuff coming. Just a little, secret there. But more stuff coming. We have our springs here, so we can finally lower the car. It's been forever since I've owned the car, and now we get to finally do it. But these should actually also help the performance of the car in the quarter mile as well. So you got a stiffer rear spring right there, so it's going to squat less. And then without going, we could have done like a drag front, but I kind of like the road manners that the car has right now. So we're going to try these out. And anyway, this should be fine for an NA setup. But the unfortunate thing is we don't have a car here because it's wrecked. So let's talk about that. Grubby. Are you scaredy cat? You're a big old cat. All right, so we're going to talk about where's the car, what's the update, everything, what's wrong with it, all of that. We're going to just hash it out right now because I know you guys have been really wanting to know. And I've been holding on to this video, or, making this video until I had something like really concrete. And I have enough to tell you, but unfortunately I don't have all of it. I don't have all of the information because they're still ripping the car apart and finding damaged stuff. But I can tell you right now, there's close to $6,000 worth of damage. It's like $5,600. And if you guys are just now watching me, you don't know what's going on. Basically, we were traveling on the highway coming back from the subscribers meeting, and we were up there in New Jersey coming back to Tennessee. Very quickly was following behind a diesel truck, an 18-wheeler, at a great distance because everybody's like, oh, why are you following big trucks? Look, the guy was passing slow traffic, and we all know that they don't always do what they're supposed to do. And so what do? As Mustang owners that love our stuff, we back off, right? Well, what he did was he dropped something or kicked something up or something fell off. There was something in the road that came from the direction underneath of his vehicle, at speed and basically rolled down the road straight at me. I can't move because there's guardrails to my left and there's traffic to my right. So what am I do? So unfortunately, you know, we impacted what was this giant thing, but it was flat top, bottom, and then round. So whatever the hell it was, you know, it went underneath the car. What happened was the whole passenger side lifted up a little bit and came back down, and all you hear is just this loud bang, right? So when the car settled, the steering wheel cut, you know, over to the right. So I immediately knew there was something wrong with the car. Immediately pulled off the side of the road. And then if you guys paid attention to the channel, you saw the live streams, and then we did the walk around of the car and all of the stuff. All of the transmission fluid started pouring out of this thing like a gutted pig. But it was very unfortunate, and I was in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, let's get back on track. So what's wrong with the car? Well, the subframe, okay, the front subframe there with your engine basically sits on kind of like your cam member almost. You know, it is on the passenger side, it caved in, it got banged up, it's cracked, it is destroyed. So whatever we hit with significant force. It would have been like maybe hitting like a 3 or 4 inch curb, like a flat curb at like 75 on hour, so highway speeds. It was a pretty bad impact. I'm pretty sure that I had like cracked the wheels or done something like that, but no, they were fine. At least they are, as I know right now. I'm still waiting on other updates and emails to reach me. But what I'm about to show you, all these pictures and the pricings and everything, whatever I'm about to display on here for your eyes is all initial. They have not actually dug into some of the front suspension and all of that stuff. So it's going to get worse from here. But as of right now, $5,600 thereabout is pretty much what it is. So, and then, you know, the dealerships, they charge X amount of dollars. So if after taxes, whatever they charge the insurance, we're upwards around like $8,000 thereabout so far. And it's going to get worse. But anyway, subframe is gone. What it did was it trickled down the car, underneath the car. It killed pretty much all the heat shielding underneath, punctured through. It split the transmission pan pretty much in half in one little corner. And that's where everything leaked out once we got stopped. We're going outside. Oh, lights. So you can see my ugly face. But all right, so transmission is pan itself got cracked. And whatever this metal thing was continued down the rest of the car, and I forgot, it completely banged up the passenger side header. The Corsa header that we put on the car that's been on the car for like a month and a half. Yeah, so that needs to get replaced too. And then it hit somewhere underneath and actually lifted up and pushed in, dented pretty heavily the actual floor of the vehicle itself. It didn't stop there. So what this thing did was it just banged up the exhaust, the passenger side, all the way back basically. And they got to fix all that. And you guys know that I have active exhaust on this car. And what it did was it killed the passenger side muffler there. So it banged up a lot of the piping, and all of that has to get fixed. But yeah, the big expensive things are the exhaust, because they want to replace the whole thing basically. Well, you know, from the axle back. But you know, these cars come like all like one piece. You can get section by section, they can weld it up. And I think that they're just not going to do that. But we may just replace that with a full Corsa system, so it'll match the rest of the Corsa stuff that we have on the car. But we shall see. I don't know. That's a work in progress. It'll actually be cheaper if we go that route. And the insurance at this point is all for it. So we shall see. And then the other expensive thing was the actual subframe itself, replacing all of that. And, you know, that thing is, if you've been underneath your car, you know that it is like thick steel. It is looking at the pictures, I mean, it totally makes sense why the car, you know, it is almost like running over a cinder block. It was significant. And it was just I don't know, man. This whole thing has got me like really sick to my stomach. That's like I have not been like posting lately. It's just you know, my Carfax is done. I'm never getting rid of the car. I never really wanted to anyway, but it is what it is. The last time we were hit, we were coming back from Mustang week, and we were about 3 hours away from home, and went to go get gas. I was parked, and then you guys know that big truck backed into the passenger side of the car, killed the fender, killed the door. They had to replace all that. They didn't just, they didn't get the dents out. They actually replaced everything, and then they repainted that whole side of the car. Well, they have to do more body work again this time as well, because this piece, the last thing that it killed was it went underneath the back of the bumper there, and then it popped all the clips out. So they're broken. They have to completely repaint and replace that back bumper. The word is right now that I think the paint is so new that we don't have to actually blend it with the back of the car, which is good. We just did the two-step paint correction in my garage. I spent a whole lot of time doing it just a few days prior to this whole thing happening. And then, you know, the whole thing had fresh ceramic coat that we did. It was like 20 hours of work that we put in the garage. But the good news is that everything is getting fixed. You know, so I bought this car, you know, as a special order with everything that I wanted on it. I didn't want to have any regrets, remember? And I still don't. You know, even though the car has been hit once, and then this, you know, two significant things that are probably going to show in the Carfax, I still don't want to get rid of the car. I want to continue to build it. You know, the Ford dealership up there is going to take good care of me, I'm sure. And we're going to continue to add power to this thing. We are going to chase tins. We're going to do axles, drive shaft, all of that. Eventually, we're going to run forced induction. And, you know, at this point, you know, because this is my baby, right? You know, our cars are our babies. But at this point, I kind of just want to just go all out with the car. You know, I didn't in the beginning, but I'm not going to sell it. It's going to be around for years now, because if I went to go sell it, they'd probably give me like 28 grand and I'd lose, you know, $25,000. So might as well just build it. Speaking of which, I can't show you yet, but it's right there. It's right there. I'm looking at it. There's something sitting in my garage, and I don't want to reveal it just yet, but it is something else for the channel I think you guys are all going to love. Love. I hope so anyway. It's it's another little project, and to be revealed here in the next day or so. I still got some more video from the whole adventure up there, the subscriber meet and all of that. So I got one more video to push out. You guys will see that in a couple of days, and then we're going to go into the reveal of what I'm looking at, and I'm excited to be able to share it with you. I think you're going to love it. I do. It's an absolute blessing. It's really cool, but I don't want you to miss that. So if you're new here and you listen to my whole rambling fit here about the damage to my car, definitely subscribe, stick around, and I will see you guys next time. I also want to say thank you all so very much for supporting me through this whole thing. You know, it is an unfortunate thing, but this is just a beginning, obviously, and always we're always moving forward, always keeping our chin up and looking at the bright side of things. But I could not be doing this without your support. So I just want to give a warm, heartfelt thank you to everybody that has supported me through this whole thing. You know, we all get into accidents. It's unfortunate. And, you know, a lot of people have it a lot worse than I do. You know, some guys go out there and then somebody pulls out in front of them, and then, you know, their dream car is completely just, you know, gone, destroyed, totaled, whatever. So we are fortunate at this point to, you know, and not have that happen to us. But yeah, anyway, thank you so very much.